And welcome back to MLB The Show 18's Road to the... Chris, that was not a home run. That was the opposite of a home run.
It wasn't a pitch I wanted to swing at.
You said that we would see the first pitch and we would see a home run. That implied this would be on the same pitch.
That's not what I said on the air. I said that outside there.
Oh, no, that was part of the episode. That was the closer for the episode.
By the way.
As I was saying, welcome back to MLB The Show 18's Road to the Show with Kyle Snow, Chris Miller, and Rusty, the home run kid, Cannon.
So what I had said, though, on air, was you will see our first home run. I didn't say it'd be the first pitch. I said the first pitch were to you off air.
I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. Tifa's meant to ride.
Can we talk about where this ball lands, by the way?
Yes. Is that in the upper deck? Oh, they call that one an upper decker, Chris.
We're going to admire this.
We do this so much.
Dude, it's some of the best parts.
You're right.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, yeah.
This is...
Let's see who gets it. Who's gonna
red shirt. It's going to red shirt. It's going right to red shirt. Oh my god, it's in his hands.
There's some magic to make this happen.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a second? It like slid across.
Fucking abracadabra that thing over.
Fucking slippery magic, bitch. And now it's merged into his hand.
Man. That old man was so jealous.
He was pissed. They're gonna have a fist fight.
Hopefully no one throws a ball up there, because someone's going to get shoved off. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Why? Was that...
Do you remember when I told you a guy got, his kid watched his dad jump for a ball and die? Yeah. It was in Texas.
Oh. Well, I can see how that would have happened, just based on the layout of the arena, the stadium. Because this is not hockey. Never gonna get that guy a second. Holy shit.
Yeah, basically, Kyle, just so you know, he was it this park? Or, actually, I think they changed parks. Because what it was just kind of like, he was up, like, I'd say, up in that second deck there. Like above the windows.
Yeah.
He'd be about that height, and he fell over.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good time for anybody.
But I want to say they maybe changed parks.
Yeah, I probably wanted to get the stench of death out of it.
I remember it being more in center field.
Lifted the other way out to left center.
Could have remodeled, like who knows.
Yeah, you don't remodel parks like that, though. That's just too much of a remodel for a baseball park.
I don't know, I mean, like, you can, like, take, like, this giant, stupid hill out of center field if you want to.
Yeah. That's so great, though.
Fucking grassy knoll. Towels Hill or whatever it's called.
Love that I called my home run. I'm just gonna put that up there.
Yeah, it was pretty great. That's absolutely, that whole part is going in the previous episode, by the way. You forget, you can't be like, oh, that's not in the episode. I fucking decide what's in the episode. I can put whatever I want in the episode. I can put your bathroom breaks into the episode. That's good. Obviously, that's not an error, because that guy had to dive in order to make that thing go down. He turned that double into a single. Okay, well, now we know what happened to Defo after we, cranked that first at bat.
Oh,
I don't think you're making it. Oh!
Jeez.
I didn't think you were making that either, to be fair. Were you gonna push your luck?
Pickoff move to second.
Kind of gave it away when he ran to second base, right?
Second with one away.
Yeah. It's just Cannon can't see that.
Pulled toward right center field. Mazara's on his horse.
Attaboy.
But he won't get there. Into the gap it goes.
That's still good enough.
Rounds third and is digging for the plate. He comes across to score as they extend their lead to 2.
Good call staying, because you knew you were going to get there.
Here's Elvis Andrus now. Runner in scoring.
My
Elvis
boy,
2 for
Defoe.
2. Elvis is about to lose the fucking inning.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hit on the ground is short. Cannon right there. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is
Nice.
Okay.
off the
We are having a great start to this game, individually. The team, less so.
first offering on its way. Very weakly on the ground. That's a
I may have let that one go.
and there's one
Jesus.
well above the zone for a ball.
These are huge innings for a team.
Have a little respect for us, pitcher.
Wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats.
Dude, 3 for fucking 3.
Even extend this current lead.
Not bad.
Well, these days,
I'm trying to build that batting average back up.
when you get
Yeah.
knocks in a big
Well,
way,
this game's doing it for us.
to have 3 hits in one day, but boy, this guy is off to a great start in this.
3-1. Runner goes. Strike taken to throw.
Oh, not even close.
Skips in as he steals the bag easily.
It's not easy to steal on a catcher that has a good arm, but he did just that and beats that throw into second base.
3-2 pitch. Runner breaks for third. Pitch taken for ball 4. The
Oh,
throw
come on, I got it in.
It's right there for
Bullshit.
Beltray, and he is out trying to steal
I
third.
thought I was safe.
It's close.
Striding in once again, Rob Rowley. He'll look
Oh, 0 for 2. Guess who's about to have the opposite
last time up.
batting average for this game as Rusty Cannon.
On the ground is short. This could be
Oh my god, that's a beautiful double play.
There's one. Relay to first in time and just like
Oh,
that,
eat a
he's out.
dick. Okay, Rusty.
Digging in and looking for more, Rusty Cannon, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second.
Let's bring home that tying run.
Here's the first pitch to him. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Leclerc is about as stingy as they come in terms of a bullpen arm. He's proven very difficult to hit, and it's a rarer thing still.
Jeez.
Multiple hits against him.
Yeah, Matty V, and you wonder why it's so hard to score off of this guy. He's nearly impossible to get 3 or 4 hits in an inning to score a run. He keeps his walks per 9 innings are really down, and you look at his hits per 9 innings pitch, it's no wonder why this guy's one of the top relievers in the game right now.
Well, we're going to relieve him of those statistics off of this one.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Dietrich coasts under it. He hauls it in without
The really unfortunate part was where it was placed, so that the guy on second couldn't get into third.
Head back there with 2 away now. And here's the second generation big leaguer Delino DeShields. He'll start things out for the Rangers in their half of the
So you say you have an issue with the AL and the NL having different rules regarding pitchers hitting and stuff like
I
that.
certainly do.
That's the first out.
What's your biggest issue with it?
I don't like that it's a different set of rules.
Pivotal moment here and digging in
Like
now.
it's not like it's not like we're with like, oh, okay, well this is what the NHL does and this is what like some European league is doing. Like these guys have different rules. That's fine. But these leagues play each other. Like I know they call it the World Series, but like no,
I
this
don't play each other that often. But yeah.
no, but they're enough that like you know, it's not like it's international competition like when they do. Like, you know,
That mound gets awfully slippery and
I don't think that you should have designated hitters in one league. It's like, no, but the pitchers have to do it in the other. And if they play each other, it's like, yeah, all right, pitcher.
So which
you
one would
gotta-
you keep?
With a ball and 2 strikes.
I am of 2 minds about it. I like the idea of pitchers needing to hit, but I also like obviously you will get better bats out of designated hitters.
The 1-2
I'd probably keep the pitcher hitting, to be honest.
swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike.
I like that they have separate ones, but I have my reasons for it.
Would you care to elaborate?
Yeah, so I think there's benefits for both. So I like having both. The NL is really good for obviously pitchers that can hit, but also generally it's a little more strategy. It goes into like setting up your bench and stuff because you are going to be pinch hitting a lot more with your pitcher hitting.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And it's also tradition.
Yeah.
DH is a still relatively new thing that's been around for maybe 30 years or so.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
The pitchers hit long before that. Now in the AL, the nice thing about having a league that has DH is good for two things. Guys who can't field, who are really good hitters. Edwin, for example, Edwin Encarnacion, he could play first okay, but he also played a lot of DH because he wasn't really a great fielder.
Mm-hmm. Well, first base is probably like
bat.
the least, like the position you have to be the least good at fielding because everyone's throwing at you.
It was the idea that he still was kind of a liability.
But his batting is really good.
The biggest thing with the first baseman, if the other infielders throws a little bit off, you have to make it. So if that means picking it off the ground or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and like or still
quite a lot of work.
Throwing to you. Yeah, I'm saying it's the least. I'm not saying it's none.
And then
the least is like a relative term,
like
right?
David Ortiz was another one. He's a great hitter, but like he just wasn't a fielder. Like, he's a Hall of Fame hitter. But it's also the other great thing about it. It's a really great thing to have when players get older, especially catchers whose knees go because of the way they have to play in the field.
Yeah,
and that way it keeps certain veterans around for a little bit longer. It's also great if you get injured. If your players get injured, you can like
Donaldson they can't field, got hurt. But
so they didn't bother putting him in the field. They just had him hit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of okay with having both. I know a lot of people don't like it, but like my thing is I like to have both of those things part of the league. It can complicate stuff, but you know, I also think I understand why they keep both.
Yeah. Personally, I feel like the pros of having the pitcher hit, I think, are a little bit more there because like you can still get some of those effects out of pinch hitting and pinch running, and then you get real like how shitty would it have been if somebody like it's Shohei Ohtani who can hit and pitch, right? Like how shitty would that have been if he had been drafted to a team that uses designated hitting? It's like fucking cool.
He is on a team that uses designated hitting.
Okay, do they still have him hit or just?
Yeah, he hits 3, so he'll pitch and then he gets the next day off. And then he hits for the next 3 days, has the day off after that, and then pitches the next day.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't hit in the games that he's.
It's actually better if you are actually a legitimate hitter like Ohtani. It's better to be on a team with DH because you can DH.
Yeah.
That being said, because keep in mind, like if Ohtani just hit as a pitcher, he'd be hitting 3 times a game max, and that's if he's pitching well. The NL is better for pitchers that can hit decently, but are not going to be a guy you put in your lineup on an off day. Ohtani's the only pitcher in baseball that will ever DH currently.
Yeah. Remember that during that quick look that Dan and Alex were talking about it a little bit, and Abby had asked if there was anybody, because Dan is somebody who knows a bit about baseball because he grew up in Kansas, so there wasn't really anything to do besides go to Royals games and drink. And Alex was somebody who'd followed it when he was younger, but apparently he was talking about how like Abby had asked that question as somebody who doesn't really follow baseball if there's any pitchers you can hit. She's like, it's very uncommon. Currently, the only one in the league is like this young guy named Shohei Ohtani, and I was like, I knew that. I felt really psyched. I was like, I know who that is.
Yeah, no,
that's our boy.
It's a very rare thing. Like we're talking.
Well, yeah, because like the skills that make you a good pitcher don't really match.
He is the first. Since I have been born, he is the first pitcher to be that prominent of a hitter that he's DHing.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was born. And really, even then, going farther back, like Babe Ruth pretty much the only one that really had a ton of success doing both. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't pitchers who couldn't hit. Mike Hampton is a famous one. Mike Hampton was a pitcher who pitched for the Atlanta Braves and a few other teams in the National League. So he didn't DH, but he hit as a pitcher, and he once hit, I think, 7 home runs in a season as a pitcher.
Yeah, that's pretty good. No, Rusty Cannon,
incredible.
but Rusty
He
Cannon's also
won
not a
7
pitcher.
home runs, and he played about 30 games.
Damn it.
Because he was a starting pitcher. He only pitched about 30, 35 games a season.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of remarkable. He might have pitch hit a little bit, I'm not too sure, but still. But yeah, most pitchers, like, if you can hit a homer a year, it's considered very good. It doesn't happen that often.
Because usually when the pitcher is hitting, it's considered like a guaranteed out for the opposing pitcher, right?
Most pitchers bunt too. Like, it's,
yeah.
that's the thing I like about DHs. I find I don't like watching small ball stuff where it's just bunting and stuff like that. And it's just like, I'd rather watch a big burly guy like David Ortiz try to hit a home run. Like,
Yeah. I'm somebody who's bigger into watching properly managed systems work out better. Like when I watch League, I'm almost as interested in the draft phase as I am in the actual game. Like seeing, you know, there's like I get a certain amount of pride in like predicting a draft or like, you know, doing a draft, like, you know, planning out a draft ahead of time. It's like, oh, this would be like we win this game on paper, and then, you know, having something
it's not
to it like
quite
that.
the same. Like,
No, but like there's something to you're gonna see more of that with like, you know, your timing of your pinch hitting and pinch running and things of that nature, right? Defo.
Cincinnati's Fountain Square scene there as we welcome you back to Major League Baseball.
All right, well, we're up.
Cincinnati.
You ever been to Cincinnati?
No. I have been to Ohio, though.
I have been to the Cincinnati airport. When I was 10, my first time going to Disney World, we flew from Bangor to Cincinnati, Cincinnati to Orlando.
I forget where in Ohio I went, but it was not Cincinnati. I went to a water park with my cousins.
Was it Cleveland?
No, it was a smaller area.
Okay. Did you know that Cleveland's economy is based on LeBron James?
So is Toronto's.
I'm not talking about just right now. I mean,
LeBronto, that's what we call it.
Is it because he's crushing them in the playoffs right now? Or did he win that series already?
They won that. They swept Toronto.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. Isn't like
Toronto
the Cavaliers like not actually that good of a team except for LeBron?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Also, did you just say that Toronto fired their coach?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it because he played the coach like shit?
Maybe not bad, but someone's got to take a fall.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this was the case here, but I've noticed that bad GMs will blame coaches when they are trying to hold on to their job.
Toronto's GM's not bad. He's quite
Okay.
bad.
I like I said, I don't know anything about basketball. I know less about basketball than I do about
they
baseball.
built a team that won almost 60 games. Like, they're a good team. It's just that LeBron has their number, and
Yeah. But like I remember
they can't overcome it.
I remember that Vancouver, like, after that failed playoff run in 2011, and then we played, like, the 2012 season with, like, 2 goalies, either of whom could have been traded at any time, and then the GM fired Vigneault, and I was like, you're just trying to save your job. This is not better for the team. This team needs that coach. He was a fantastic coach in that time. It was just you gave him nothing to work with. Really?
He's a terrible coach.
You think so? I mean, he almost won a cup. Like, realistically, he coached that team
So did Michel
fantastically.
Therrien. He's not a good coach.
I wasn't saying, like, I don't know about him in general. I just mean during that period of his career, he was doing fantastic.
Vigneault had a good team, but in terms of his actual coaching, I think from rather average.
I don't know. I found that his decision making was very interesting. I think that he used Manny Malhotra very
It's just
well.
average. He doesn't. To me, he doesn't improve. The players don't necessarily play their best with him. There's a reason he got fired at the Rangers too.
Well, I mean, everyone gets fired eventually.
Yeah, but like, they had one good year, and really they would never have made the finals if Kreider didn't want to go skates first in the price. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we also would have won that cup if Luongo had decided to show up for 7 games instead of for 3.
If what, sorry?
If Luongo had shown up for all 7 games and not for 3.
No.
2 of those
I
games
think
were like
Luongo was
7-0.
still scapegoated way too much for that.
For that series?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, what, 9-0 and 8-0 for 2 of those games? Like,
It was not that bad.
2 of them were really bad. Like,
They weren't that bad.
I'm pretty sure they were. I'm going to look this up now because I'm curious.
I already have it open. I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, but you're playing.
It's fine, I can do both.
Okay. If you get an error because of this, I'm going to laugh. Oh, can we talk about that mascot? That mascot was fantastic.
From the belt, the pitch. He's running. Pitch misses low. The throw down. He's not going to get him as he swipes second.
One of these days we'll get one of those.
Catcher, he throws really well too, so that's not easy. Good job there by the base runner.
So here's the Reds pitcher, Robert Stevenson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. 5th inning.
He's the pitcher.
Well, grounded to short. This could be 2.
Yeah.
The second for 1. The relay on to first.
Oh, I can't believe he wasn't fast. The pitcher.
Boy, oh boy. Your basic 6-4-3 will get him out of danger. More matinee baseball here
Nice throw,
on Wednesday
Defo.
afternoon following this.
Have you found it yet, Chris, or no?
Digging in once again.
Yeah, I have it open here.
Cannon as the switch hitter will take his
Okay. Let's see. The one game was 8-1. That was it.
Wasn't there
To which
like
he-
7 to something in the other one?
Vancouver won 1-0. Luong got the shutout. Vancouver won 3-2. Boston won 8-1. Boston won 4-0. 2 of those goals were empty netters. And 5th game, Vancouver won 1-0. And then 6th game, Boston won 5-2 with an empty netter.
Okay, I thought there were 2 games that were like this.
Luongo had 2 shutouts that series too.
Yeah, no, like I said, he showed up for the home games, except for Game 7. He was
But-
fantastic in those games.
My issue is like I'm fine blaming Luongo to a degree. Like he definitely deserved it, but the offense was atrocious.
Oh, yeah,
They scored 8 goals in 6 games. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
the problem I don't even know if the offense was our biggest issue. We ran out of defensemen. Was actually our biggest issue.
I mean, 8 goals in
we-
6 games. I'd say your offense is a big issue.
I mean, that was part of it, for sure. But like Kessler was playing the last half of that playoffs injured.
Let me put this out there again. 8 goals,
Yeah.
6 games. It's worse than
We
like,
yeah.
anything you could ever be.
No, we also ran out of steam. Like Kessler was playing half of that series, like half the playoffs. Like in the San Jose series, he got injured. The Sedins were like 9,000 years old.
Yeah, not the
And then-
time they won.
No, I mean they were still like in the older part of their career, and they were getting kind of figured out a little bit. And then we started running out of defensemen. Dude, Rafi Torres got kicked out. Like, what are we gonna do without Torres?
Well, Raf towards the forward.
Yeah, I know. But that was our scoring. I was pivoting there. It was also a joke because he wasn't there to score goals. He was there to get kicked out. And there was that one defenseman who got kicked out. He got like a 4-game suspension for injuring Horton on like a 1 to 2 game max suspension. It was like a fucking atrocious. That was like, wasn't that the year that Shanahan was doing those videos and like just kicking everybody out?
It's not like they're making a lot of excuses.
No. I mean, manager says double play. What the fuck was that?
No.
I'm really confused. I've never seen that prompt before. Also, you're not getting a double play here.
Indeed, he won't try to force it at second. He'll just flip on to first for the sure out.
Yeah. You had no chance of getting a double play there.
Ready once again, Rusty.
I don't know, I just think Luongo always got, like, he was definitely part of the blame for sure. I just always thought it was funny that people moved the offense.
Oh, I'm thinking that those away games were like a lot on him, but like
to me,
scoring wouldn't have done anything in games like that,
here's
right?
the thing: they lost 2 games by 1, and another game they were losing by 1 and allowed 2 empty netters.
Yeah.
If they get more offense, they win those 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the games that they did win, they barely eked out goals off of
only had
fantastic
really
defensive.
One
Off of
game
fantastic goaltending.
where they lost by more than 2.
Yeah, that 8 past Luongo joke, right? Like, what time is it? 8 past Luongo.
I don't think he played for the whole game though. Like I think he only allowed like 4.
Oh, probably, but I mean, they're not gonna. The joke's not funny if it's like 6 past Luongo and 2 past Schneider. Like, that's not a good joke. Also, man, I thought I knew what sports riots were before that. I had no idea.
It's not even that good of a riot. Also, like, it wasn't really a sports riot. Like, it's just they timed it perfectly with the sports event.
Oh, was that actually? I didn't look into it afterwards.
It came out that it was criminal activity. It wasn't necessarily fans.
Sports
It's just
fans? Okay.
Fans, of course, joined in because they were pissed.
Yeah. One thing that's fun to note about that is that the loss of that series is directly related to the reason that this channel exists, and the whole reason I know you and Chris, or you and Ryan.
Now the 3-2 pitch.
Because I was watching that in the Owens household, and afterwards I was all bummed out, and Tyler showed me the Victory Hockey League, which is how, of course, we met.
10-1, the final lopsided score in this ball game.
Never heard of it.
Also,
Jumped out to an early
fucking shut up. 0 for 5. That's a pretty game. That's a pretty good garbage game out of Rusty Cannon. Holy shit! Can you step your game up, Chris?
I'm sorry. Would you like me to delete the file again? I could do it again. You're lucky I saved an extra one.
Oh yeah, my bad. Oh, you can do like a whole breakdown of every pitch. That's nice. We should probably call this episode here. 253 though. We've been worse.
Mm-hmm.
And next time we'll soldier on, like Rusty Cannon do. Rusty Cannon always do.
Peace out.
Stay rusty.